he's pushing it right to the edge of what's like could be considered too much if it was in the hands of a lesser actor, but it's in the hands of Denzel Washington. He's just a legend. Irish people are like, no question.
I mean, who wrote these questions?
No conversation to be had. As he says himself, he puts on the dress and goes nuts. Fighting Irish, famously like good scrappers. This is great.
You bought a gladiator, not a slave. My will is my own.
It is an art, choosing gladiators. They're usually prisoners of war.
I claim this city for the glory of Rome.
You have something in you. Rage. Never let it go.
Paul, Fred, thank you very much for joining us for Gladiator II.
Thank you.
The Junket, amazing film. I was a massive fan of the first one as well, so I was really happy that this one's
Are you not
just as
anymore?
good. No. Yeah, I'm so...
You am.
No, I'm so happy that it did it justice. In true gladiatorial combat, there's always two different sides fighting each other, and this is a format that we wanted to bring in today, which is Ireland versus USA.
Let's go.
Right, to the death.
Shirts off.
And then the winner I will ask the questions to. So you two guys fight, but Ireland versus USA, two very patriotic countries and two very proud nations as well. First one I wanted to ask you both, because Irish and American, is who would win if you had a 5 versus 5, 5 Irish people versus 5 American people in gladiatorial combat?
I mean, I'm putting my money on the other side. I'm saying Ireland.
I'm saying fighting Irish, famously like good scrappers.
Yeah.
You do love it.
Irish people are just kind of, we don't like not fighting. I'd say Irish 5 versus 5 would win.
Who would you bring in if you could for that? I mean, there's so many people. Bring yourself in. Why not?
No. I'm a show pony. Actors are show ponies. We're good at learning choreography. Actors not good at actually fighting. A couple of lads from my Gaelic football team. Throw them in.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know who else.
I love that you don't have to go for like fight as well. Just a couple of lads that I know.
Yeah,
Football
good
club.
solid lads who'd have your back. Yeah.
Who would you say makes the better beer? Because again, I'm very proud of that beer.
I feel like you're making me
Guinness
go. It's
stout.
Guinness.
It's
I love
Guinness.
Guinness. I mean,
It's
I'm
Guinness.
gonna go.
But Guinness
go
is
Ireland.
technically a stout, right?
Oh, okay.
If we're gonna get into the semantics of beer, which probably is indicative that we should win that one. I go Ireland again.
Just on Guinness alone.
Just I feel like it's the most isn't it the most popular?
It is. It's had a resurgence.
Then I think the numbers don't lie. The
Yeah.
numbers don't lie. Yeah.
In this one, you are allowed to go Ireland as well. You are allowed to concede defeat and
I'm
say that
going
America
Ireland twice.
loses.
Yeah.
I've gone Ireland
He's gone
twice.
there twice.
But who are the better drinkers?
Irish people are like, no question.
I mean, who wrote these questions?
No conversation to be had. Famously great drinkers. Some of the greatest drinkers of all time are Irish. Yeah.
But there's some deep South lads in America who will probably give you a
True.
good run.
This is
True.
true.
This is
true.
Let's discuss.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite American drinkers?
I mean, yeah, you can find good drinkers everywhere. I would say.
Yeah.
But still, if
You're a
gonna-
good drinker.
Yeah.
You can all, yeah. We're good drinkers. We're good representations of like good, solid drinkers.
Sometimes I feel you're a little. Sometimes
Stronger.
I feel better. Yeah. Sometimes I feel our ratios are slight. Like what is
when
one
you-
to me is 2 to you or something.
1 to me is 2 to you.
You know what I mean?
Can I tell this?
Recently, my nap. Yeah.
Freddie, when we were in
we were just
Tokyo,
in Japan.
we were just in Japan, and Freddie took like a power nap in one of the bars in the Golden Guy district.
Pre-karaoke,
Power nap in the middle of the bar.
and I would say paid off.
Oh,
It gave me so
Oh,
much.
it gave you a
energy for
second wind.
karaoke. Yeah, big time.
and a third wind, I would say.
But actually, that night I was stone cold sober. I was just tired.
yeah,
I mean, you see someone sleeping in a bar, you think, come on, mate. I like that you admitted to it.
yeah.
It was
For
great.
example, an
There's a
Irish
lot of-
person just wouldn't get away with falling asleep in a bar.
We were like with our friend. I had like a good protection though. I had like
Yeah, you were well looked after.
Bars
You
sat
were
next to
tucked
me,
on the
yeah,
inside.
exactly.
Yeah.
What were the karaoke tunes? What's the go-to?
It was good. It was good. Went for
the climb,
the climb.
zombie.
Zombie
Oh,
went
nice.
off. What else do we? What's in there?
Dancing Queen, right?
Dancing Queen was great.
And
Cabaret was great.
closed it out.
Lara was
Closed
great.
the show.
Cabaret.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
You two seem like you got a good little bond there. A good bond of karaoke
I'd say a big
and
bond.
drinking.
Yeah.
That's a good little bond. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to diminish it at all.
No, I'm joking.
Just karaoke and beers.
Just karaoke,
It just sounds great.
beers, fighting, all of them.
Which nation would you say is the proudest and most patriotic? Because I think America is very proud, and I think Ireland is inherently proud of their nation.
Pride, I think, is a dangerous thing. I think they're happy outwardly, but I think we're pretty if you look at the cultural output of art, it's all our music is sad. A lot of our actors are dramatic actors. Yeah, but we have the crack as well.
You do have the crack.
We do have the crack. Yeah.
Where would you say has got the better food then? Between USA.
America, Ireland, just
Yeah. Although you took me recently to that
spice bags.
That was
spice boxes.
That was great. I want to have
But
another
that is
one of those.
absolutely not Irish food.
Oh, okay. No.
That's
Yeah,
weird
it's
Irish Chinese fusion that is also not Chinese food. It's but it is delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is the first I get
I
to vote for-
like American fast food. Come on. Yeah.
It slaps.
It slaps.
It absolutely slaps. And then the final one to end it. It's not really a versus format, but in terms of you fought rhinos and monkeys in this film, and
Correct.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You didn't fight any animals, but we'll ask it anyway. What's the biggest animal you reckon you could take from your native country?
From my native country, we famously don't have any real apex predators in Ireland. They did want to re-release wolves into Ireland. This is actually funny. This is indicative of an Irish mentality. It's initially all of the Irish population was totally against us reintroducing wolves. But when we found out that the English had rid us of wolves, you're we want them back. We want them
All
back
the
in the
wolves,
mix.
please.
All of them. Bring them in. So I think
But you could take a wolf?
I could not take a wolf if it had no teeth. I
a
can take a wolf.
defanged wolf.
Biggest animal from America you think you could take?
Ooh, you're in trouble there, bud.
We got a lot.
We have a lot of bad ones.
Gosh, I could. Not that I want to, but I could take a squirrel.
Yeah. Look, Fred. Whatever floats your boat.
Listen, you're guaranteed a win.
A defanged squirrel.
I'd love to see that take place, by the way,
Yeah.
just you
It would be
squaring
sad
off.
as-
Squaring
It would
up,
just be
beating
sad
you
as
off.
what it would be.
Establish the jab against a squirrel.
Keep your distance. Yeah.
You will be my instrument.
I will never be your instrument in this life or the next.
And I wondered if you guys felt that pressure when you were making this one to do the first one justice and to, make an incredible film that you have.
I think you do feel pressure in the lead up to filming, and then you feel pressure on the kind of eve of release. But when you're making it, thankfully, that pressure subsides because you gotta go to work and make the thing.
I also think you almost try and isolate what's underneath the pressure. So if that comes from, in our case, love of the first and adoration and an excitement and a feeling of wanting to work with Ridley, you try and isolate those impulses to make it active, so that you're finding the exciting part of pressure rather than the paralyzing part of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first one was just so legendary, and you're filming another film as well with Russell Crowe. Did you ever speak to him about
you know what's
it?
wild? We did that before.
Oh, okay.
And actually before this became a reality. So, and I haven't seen him since. So
I think he'd be proud.
I look forward to talking to him about it. I'm curious.
And there was another major actor in the film, Denzel Washington, who I thought he was unbelievable. He is absolutely unbelievable in the film. What is it like to work with, first of all, an actor of that caliber? And what did you make of his performance? Because it's a slightly different role to what he's usually.
I just think he's as he says himself, he puts on the dress and goes nuts. He's having so much fun in it, and I think that's a testament to his experience. He knows what lane that character should occupy in the film, and he's not just doing that, but he's pushing it right to the edge of what's like could be considered too much if it was in the hands of a lesser actor, but it's in the hands of Denzel Washington. He's just a legend.
I think the way that you take point A and point B, which is like in a way a scene, like someone goes from here to there. The way that he arrives at B every day was just the most thrilling, surprising, beautiful thing. So this something that in the hands of another artist might have been more what you would expect.
He just goes around
always
the
surprises
houses.
you. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I cherished every day.
Yeah, there's so many things that he does that I just never thought I'd see Denzel doing. You can tell he's having fun with it. I mean, did you guys have so much fun filming this one as well? I mean, your character in particular looked hilarious to play. A bit more serious, Paul, but
Bit more
still.
serious, yeah. That's the gig.
Yeah. I mean, Ridley builds a playground, so he engages the part of actors that love to play because he's creating an entire environment that is so believable and just overflowing with energy around you. So it does feel like you can move anywhere and do anything because you're covered every direction by the cameras and by the other actors.
Paul, everyone's talking about the lookalike competition as well. It seems to have been a massive theme. I did wonder, I actually tracked the guy down and I wanted him, and he wanted to ask you a question and you to meet whoever looked like you the most. And he won this competition to be your lookalike. Would I be able to give you the phone to show it? He's such a nice lad as well.
Yeah, I actually was on a radio call with him.
So you wanted to ask
Hi Paul, my name is Jack. I won the Paul Mescal lookalike competition the other day. As someone who wants to write and direct, and you've worked with so many incredible writers and directors, I'm wondering what qualities you find the most impactful in a director, whether that be in the way that they work with you and crew, and what qualities in a director you think translate the best onto screen.
I would say clarity from a director is the most important thing. Ridley's incredibly clear. And I think for an actor, if you trust a director and you believe what they're saying to you, it means you don't have to spend any time diluting a note. So, yeah. And also, Jack, I've now met twice and he's really sound.
I mean, that's a very thoughtful question.
Oh, I was on a radio call with him this morning. He was like, we're on the Zoe Ball show, and he was just like, oh, that's the sweetest, sweetest man.
And he does look a little bit like you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just two good-looking lads, on a radio call.
Out here doing our best.
No, guys, thank you so much for speaking to us today. Love the film.
Thanks very much.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Real pleasure.